Welcome to Club. Oh, let me leave the music like this. I'm gonna tell you why I'm leaving the music like this in a sec. Oh yeah, I like this. Eve Matuba, thank you so much for the super chat. Well, actually, we have a brand new main sponsor who just super chatted for the month of April. Eve Matuba, thank you so much for your donation. You are now the stream royalty until somebody tops up this one. This show is brought to you by Shadaware, Gods of Good Fortune, and of course our main sponsor Eve Matuba, and all our sponsors. You know how we do, you know how it is. Listen, I'm back in action. This has been it's been a hectic month. Actually, I look good, but let me just switch to some shades. Actually, I didn't even plug in my headphones. Like, I just came here podcast mode. Lord have mercy. Listen, c'est compliqué. Et c'est là qu'est compliqué. How's everybody doing? Put the flag of where you're watching from put the flag of where you're watching from in the chat rooms. We are being live on Facebook, we are being live on YouTube, we are being live on X, and we are being live on TikTok. So my people on TikTok, long time no see. Don't forget Internet du Village, the French show, Wednesday. Let me just remove this. My favorite phones. I was just mixing a song. That's why I'm like this. Let me put the real. Let me put the real things. Merci Rarachou. Yves, thank you so much. Big up South Africa. Plug this somewhere so that I am connected. All right, there we go. Now we're here. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna start with Caprice, what up? Jongo, what up? Jondi, what up? I'm gonna start with welcome to episode 410, and something that I realized, it was that actually last week while I was traveling, it was actually the 5th birthday of Club Shada. So happy birthday, Club Shada. We've been live for 5 years. A very interesting project that actually kept me busy. And even if, this month I haven't been live that much because I had a lot of things to do. A lot of things happened. So yeah, it was kind of a heavy month. And on that, sending all my prayers and my love to my brother Nichols. And I just listen. Melody, como agora? Fule, what up? Botte Caprice. Well, listen. I just came back from Ibiza. And you will never imagine what just happened to me. So I have my clipper, right? So I take my clipper. On, usual thing. My hair grows super fast. So usually after, I don't know, every week, I just go to the barber shop or I just cut everything myself. And today was a lazy day. I edited a lot of content from Internet du Village because I just came back from Ibiza. I'm gonna talk about this soon. So before going to Ibiza, I cut my hair. And then when I returned from Ibiza after 4 days, I already had my hair grown like 1 or 2 millimeters. So, as always, either I go to the hairdresser, to my barber, Jefferson, or I just cut them myself. And I have this wireless clipper that you use, and yeah, listen, I know how to do it myself. It's easy, you know. And so I start trimming this side until more or less here. And it stops working. And me, I'm like, this makes no sense. This has been charging all day. But okay. So I plug it back to the charger, saying to myself, okay, let me wait 5 minutes, because it was 5 p.m. My wife told me, I told my wife, let's go to the Hotel Myriad that is near our house. Let's just go buy the water and just sip a cocktail, have a salad. And now she's waiting for me to be ready. And so I just plug the thing back, saying to myself, all good. Let me charge it like 2 minutes. And then after that, I'll just leave it plugged and cut my hair. So after 2 minutes, I turn it back on and I start shaving the other side. And then once I arrive here, it stops working again. And I'm like, wait a minute. The battery on this thing just stopped working. So now I look crazy. Listen, under my Mokolo here, I have like my hair on that side up to here. And then here, it's maybe up to here. And then I have like some strange Iroquois badly done. And I was like, yo. So I told my wife started laughing. I'm like, I cannot go like this. And she's like, listen, put something on your head. And so I'm charging a brand new clipper that I bought. And this is just for now, because I'm waiting to go to Amazon after this show and buy myself something nice. This costs 30 euros. But listen, I guess it does the job. I just need to cut my hair. And anyway, tomorrow morning I'll go to my barber and tell him to fix everything, because this is crazy. Sans doute sûr. Listen, I have a new album coming out in the summer. Candy Zouk album. You're gonna love it. But listen, Noble, what up? Thank you so much for the cap. Listen, make sure you listen to my album that came out last year or last year, called Diaspora Deluxe. It's a great album. Rod, non. Jujouzan, what up? How you doing? How you been? Rod, le show en français, je rigole. Le show en français, c'est le mercredi. Jujouzan, how you doing? You good? I hope you're good. So, yeah, listen. Club Shada is 5 years old. That's crazy. I remember when, so listen, everybody put some birthday cakes in the chat. I remember when we started this adventure, it was the early quarantine. And when was let me ask ChatGPT, when did the quarantine start? When did the quarantine start in Lisbon? Yeah, March 2020, and I started the show a month later. Wow, it's been 5 years already. Wow, rest in peace to those that we lost Manu Bongo, Amobe Mevege, Jacob Devarieux, and many, many more who passed away at that time. That was some scary time. Diamant Gerlin, merci. Hello, Daniel. Yeah, listen. So yeah, we started this show exactly 5 years ago. During the quarantine, we didn't know how long this would go, how long we would be at home. And that was some crazy times. When I started the show and I called it Sushiro Vibes, and then I changed the name to Club Shada. I designed a logo. This one actually, I just wrote it like this. And look now, it's been 5 years. We're at episode 410. That's crazy. That's beautiful. Listen, and thanks for everybody who's been watching me talk about things this whole time. Wow, 5 years of Club Shada. Happy birthday to us. It's interesting because I don't make that much money directly from the show, but indirectly it actually is like the oil between all my operations, because we can talk about things, we can make people listen to music, we can play the music in the back, we can talk about the subject that I would have loved, the conversation that I would have loved to have had in interviews. But a lot of the time, when you do interviews, especially in the music world, you talk to bad journalists. So they always have stupid questions, or they just read you your Wikipedia and tell you things that you already know. And you're like, oh, so when you were 7, you just... So, you know, like when you... And another thing that I've always said to myself was, because of the unique position where I am in terms of music, most of the time, the people, they don't talk about me. And the respect is there. But the fact that I'm more like people have this strange complex with me. So a lot of times I don't get invited in interviews, podcasts, etc. So listen, maybe it's just me not also going to people, but having your own show, having your own place when you can talk about the things you want to talk about and take the time. Because listen, a 20-minute interview, there's not a lot of things you can say. And then you cut by advertising, etc. Being able to have your place where you can explain stuff, you can even learn about stuff. This is something that changes the game for me. And listen, I'm glad to have this space where I can actually speak to a small audience, and I kind of like it this way. It's been 5 years that people say, yeah, you should do some promo. I'm like, listen, 1,000 people, 5,000 people, that's cool. That's cool. Because when you get way too big and then you start having sponsors and stuff, now you're scared to lose the sponsors. And nowadays, the sponsors, they chicken out quick. All they need is a good, whatever, any fabricated scandal. They don't even wait. They just remove you from the conversation. So, you know, yeah, it is what it is. DJ Quick Fingers, what up, bro? B, what up? Happy birthday, Club Shada. 5 years. That's amazing. All good, Juju. I'm good. You were there. That's true. You were there. I remember when we celebrated episode 100. Yeah, crazy. And we had 410. Listen, I was looking at my my files here because I was doing the backup. I have a backup online, but I also have a backup on SSDs. And as I was backing up, I was like, yo, 410 episodes. Gigabytes and gigabytes, like, I think every episode is like 3-4 gigabytes. And yeah, this is, as I always say, it's about the quality, not the quantity in that it's more about the marathon. And that's beautiful. Jude de Faith, tu ne parles pas français? Non, je ne comprends pas cette langue, désolé. Bagnon, tu viens quand pour un concert? Je ne sais pas, mais je viens. Mon père était là pas longtemps. Parfois je suis là, mais vous savez pas que je suis là. Mima, I suggest you to plan a second live in Lingala or French for the Congolese community too. You see, people arrive out of nowhere and they give suggestion without even asking themselves. Or maybe he does it already. Maybe every Wednesday he has a show called Internet du Village in French. Vous me fatiguez. Internet du Village. Mima, you can go to my YouTube channel, Kaysha.tv, and you can just look at the show, Internet du Village. It's on Wednesdays. Sundays, English. Wednesday, French. So thanks for the suggestion. But I thought about it already. À quand le feat avec Ferrigola? Quand il m'appelle. Je ne comprends rien. Parle aussi français. Je comprends pas cette langue. Je sais pas quoi te dire. Je ne parle pas. Ah, listen. Reviens mercredi pour le chant en français. All right, listen. Club Shada is 6 years old. Listen, because I just came back, so I was in Ibiza. My mother just turned 70. This is amazing. Listen, we went to Ibiza. We had an amazing time. And it was amazing to be able to celebrate with my mom and my dad in Ibiza. And listen, amazing place, amazing hotel. Yeah, it was really a great time, and I could take my daughter and my wife, so that was cool. We had a nice 4 days of holiday, yeah, listen, Ibiza is great. Ibiza is great. Listen, I went to Ibiza for the first time, I think in 95 or 94 or 95, I don't remember. Let me see. 95, I believe. I went there with a group of friends from Belgium, and back then it was just clubbing, so we went there listening to house music all the time, techno, etc. And I returned 2 or 3 years ago for my mom's 68th birthday. I think it was 2 years ago. And now it's my third time there, and it was again for my mom's birthday. So now I have to go back for clubbing. That's what I haven't done yet. I have to go there and experience a good night with black coffee on the decks, go with my boy Bodhisattva and see him perform there, like immerse myself in the movement. And interestingly, it's not even because I heard music or something, but once I'm done with this album, I'm gonna do something that is way more house music-y. Not completely, but a lot of that. MJ Wemoto, what up? Ibiza gang, Ibizou. Happy birthday to my mom. Listen, put a lot of birthday cakes in the chat for my mama. So yeah, that was really something cool. Oh, I doing stuff that I should not. How come I can't move things? This should be impossible to move. Anyway, so yeah, because of all the things that have been happening, I had to go to Paris to see a friend of mine who, a fellow artist who's hospitalized. I had to travel for my mom's birthday. I've been busy also. It's very interesting. I've been moving music from one catalog to another. I mean, from one distribution to another, and it's actually a very it's not like it's a complicated process, but I think they make it complicated when they should not. So I'm moving my catalog from, not all my catalog for now. I've just moved Sumia's 3 solo albums from CD Baby to TuneCore, and I find the process complicated for nothing. Thanks, Ivan. I find the process complicated for nothing. In my opinion, you should just wait. So let me tell you how it is, and then let me tell you how I think it should be. So you arrive, and let's say you have an album with 15 songs. So you have to re-upload all your audio, and then enter all the information about the songs, the writers, etc., the metadata. But that metadata has to be exactly the same in the new release you're doing as the release of before. Of course, the ISRCs, which are unique identifiers for songs, so that the platform can see that this single or this album that you are re-releasing is not is a copy of something they have already, so they can then link both of them together, and so that after that, when everything is linked and that the platform merge the 2 copies, then you can delete the old one from your old distribution. So that's how you move from one distribution to another. And to me, in the age of AI, in the age of we can type something and these computers can draw architecture, give you ideas, write songs for you, write you contracts, solve questions for you, translate things in any language, give you the history of anything. And to move a song, Maison La Lopa, hi sister, and to move a song from one distribution to another, you have to go through a crazy archaic process where they ask you to upload exactly the same audio. So, okay, if you have your masters, it's good. But then they ask you to put exactly the same names of the songs. So even if there's a mistake, they will tell you, no, it has to be exactly the same. And then you will correct it after, once we're done. And you're like, why? Why can't you just tell, let's say let's say you're on CD Baby. You go to TuneCore and you just go to TuneCore and you tell them, all right, this is my album. This is the link on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., all the platforms. I want you to tell all the platforms that from now on, instead of them paying this account on CD Baby, now they connect it to this new account on TuneCore or Lender or DistroKid or whatever. Why can't we just do this in 2025? You have to go re-upload, refine your masters, etc. It makes no sense. It makes zero sense to me. You should be able to just give them the links, give them enough information, and they deal with themselves. Why do I have to re-upload when it's there already? Just unlink from one distribution, relink to another one. That's it. And then your distribution recuperates all the information from whatever platform they want, from Spotify, from Apple Music, that boom, they recuperate all the metadata, they recuperate everything, and that's done. And you linked. This should be something that all these distributions who are taking a percentage of our money for being the interface between us and the platforms, they should work on that to make our life easier. And listen, it's stressful. It's stressful because there's not even a way to tell the platforms, hey, I'm re-uploading this album, but this is not, I'm not flooding the platform, etc. There's no, it's there. It has to be an automated process. It's very obscure, and it's way more obscure than it should be, bro. It makes no sense. Double XL, what up, my brother? And listen, this brings me to something that I've seen in the news, is that Universal is actually buying a lot of the pieces that permits us independent artists to be out of the labels, the big labels. We use distributions like CD Baby, publishing platforms to create our own publishing and to administer our own publishing, like Song Trust, to do all the machinery, the oiling between all these things, like with stuff like Fuga and Downtown Publishing. And these guys at Universal, they bought all these people. And why do they do this? Because the independent music, so the people that used to cry and to do everything so they could be signed to a major label, are now realizing that they don't need labels anymore. You can record your music at home, mix it at home, sound as good as whatever big studio is proposing, and then upload it using SoundCloud, CD Baby, etc., etc. DistroKid, Believe, TuneCore, Amuse, whatever distribution you want. And then you don't need a label, because instead of having somebody making 90% of the money and paying you 10%, you can make 90% of the money yourself. So a lot of people are starting to realize that, yeah, listen, being an independent artist in this landscape is not bad at all. You can make 1,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, depending on the size of your following. And you know, you don't have somebody, you don't have a radio that is telling you that they will not play your song or not. Because listen, where we come from back in the days, you had isn't UMJ buying DistroKid? That's a good question. I don't think so. I think they will try. Let me see, UMJ DistroKid. If they do, that's crazy. No, not yet. No. They bought down. They bought Downtown, and Downtown owns Fuga, CD Baby, Song Trust, and a bunch of other things. But what they're doing with DistroKid, Believe, TuneCore is they are doing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, trying to hit them financially. They're kind of bullying everybody, pretending that there's copyright infringement everywhere. That's what they do, because they are trying to kill independent music by saying, yeah, listen, you can be independent, but if we own the independent music, which is 60% of the music now, so if they can own some of that, now all of a sudden all the money that is leaving them is coming back to them. So let me tell you about that's true, ALC. I understand what you're saying, but the issue here is that you can make sure that you're the owner by just uploading all your masters, and then they do the rest. You see what I mean? When I was uploading Sumia's album, I realized that back in the days when we uploaded the albums, right? We had on CD Baby back in the days, 2004, you could not upload the music. Internet was way too slow. What you had to do, you had to send your CDs to the US by the mail, by the post office. They would receive everything, and then you would tell them all the information. And so let's say I had a Kaysha featuring Marcia song. I had to put it in the title, Kaysha featuring Marcia, and the name of the song. Now everything is so different because you have a lot of metadata now. You have like Kaysha, main artist, Marcia, second main artist or featured artist, then title, then the writers, then a lot of information on every song now that you put, that back in the day didn't exist. So when they tell you, you have to put us the exact information that is in the first one, in the second one. When you upload the second one, they tell you, yeah, there's a ton of things missing. For example, back in the days, as a writer, you could put Kaysha. So all my old albums, it's just written Kaysha. Now you have to put your real name. It has to be Edward Mokolo. So now I put my real name now, and they tell me, oh, the metadata is wrong because on the old one it was Kaysha. I say, yeah, but you can't do this anymore, guys. Hello. So these type of little issues. But listen, all 3 albums of Sumia are now live, and everything went smooth. But it was an interesting learning experience when I said to myself, yo, this could be so much simple. Before I talk to you, I go back to the other conversation. Let me talk to you about something with YouTube as well. My first video I ever uploaded to YouTube is the music video of One Love. Back in the days on YouTube in 2005, happy birthday YouTube. I think I've been on YouTube since 2006, so I've been there for 19 years, this channel. Back in the days when you wanted to upload a music video on YouTube, or anything on YouTube actually, the maximum size of your video was something like 10 megabytes or 50 megabytes. I don't remember. And the quality of the video had to be, so it was not 4K, it was not 2K, it was not 1K, it was not, I think it was 500 megapixel of size. So 300 by 500. That was the maximum quality that you had to upload, or that you could upload a video. And the size, the length of the video was, I think, a maximum of 5 minutes. That was the early days, because listen, internet cost a lot of money, the infrastructure, the servers, etc., etc. And YouTube was not bought by Google yet. It was a small website, and every time you would upload a video there, it would cost them a lot of money, right? And there was no monetization, etc., etc. Okay, cool. We are in 2025. What up, Luis? We are in 2025. YouTube, you can now upload videos up to 8K, 3D, etc., etc. When I look at my video of One Love that has something like 10 million views, 10,000 comments, I look at the quality and I'm pissed. I'm like, the quality is horrible. The resolution of the video is low as fuck. So, I don't know. One day I speak to the guys at YouTube. I speak to a friend of mine who's an engineer at YouTube, and another friend of mine who works for YouTube Music. And I tell him, yeah, Luis, I was on Dailymotion. I was also on Vidler back in the days. Vidler was the first one that I had monetization, by the way. So I tell the guys, you see the quality of my One Love video? Yes, okay. That video was shot in a Super 16 film. And I have the master here, and my master is actually a 1K video, great quality, etc. Shot by my sister Kitsune, big up. Why isn't there a possibility for labels, channels like mine? It's a official YouTube music channel. So just for these channels that have music videos in there, it would be cool if I could just send you the new version of my video in 1K, and you just make sure that it's the same song, it's the same thing, or maybe you can have one of your AIs that are capable to know that when I pronounce Ukraine, you just send me an email telling me, hey, your live is going to be demonetized if you keep saying XYZ, or if I say whatever stuff. You have AIs that are able to transcribe the things that I say. So if one of your little AI assistant could just make sure that the new version of the video that I send is the same song, the same video exactly, just with a better quality. Would it be too much to ask for you guys to let me upload this and then you replace the old audio and video with the new one? Better quality, better mix, because back in the days you had to upload video and the quality of your audio had to also be a 128 MP3. Nowadays you can upload a full 48 kilohertz, 22 megabits and 2K or 4K or 8K video. So if it's the same song, can I just upload and then I keep my comments, I keep my views, but at least quality? And they tell me, no, because of XYZ, if you want to do that, it's better to re-upload a new version of the video. And to me, it makes no sense. It makes 0 sense. Listen, nowadays, when it comes to music distribution, right? For those who didn't listen to my song with Marcia, we have a new song called Let It Go. This song, let's say that Marcia has one vibe that she did, and every time she listens to the song, that vibe is pissing her off because she doesn't like the way she sang. Just that little part. And I tell her, well, you know what? Just re-sing that part. We redo a mix, we redo a master. I can upload it to my distribution, and then my distribution in 24 to 48 hours will just change the audio into Spotify, to Apple Music, to TikTok, to everything, without nobody ever knowing that this audio has been changed. We have some songs where maybe you for example, I have this song, and in the mastering, in the CD version of the song, it's a song called Love You, Need You. In the mastering engineer, PM Studio, people, he did a mistake. I don't know exactly what happened, but you can hear his Mac doing ding in the middle of the song. This was horrible, right? And when the CDs came out, we had to, the first 1,000 CDs came out like this. It's in my album number 5 or 6, album number 6. The first 1,000 CDs came out with a defect, with a ding in the middle of a song. Nobody complained, but me, I was pissed off. Now, what we had to do, we had to go call the FNAC, the Virgins, all the stores, tell them, hey, please give us back everything you didn't sell yet. We had to take back all the CDs inside of the cases, open everything. So remove the plastic, open all the CDs, remove the CDs, put them to the trash. Cost us 2,000 euros just to do that. Then we had to print a new set of 1,000 CDs with the song without the defects. And then we had to replace everything in the box, repackage everything, re-put all the plastic on top of everything, and then send them back to the stores. That's how crazy it was when you had a mistake on a CD, and you have to think about it. Okay, is it worth the investment? Because I was somebody who was selling enough CDs, replacing the first 1,000 CDs and replacing the whole glass master at the factory, because you create a glass master. This glass master is the one that's going to be copied in every CD that will be printed after that. So If the glass master has a corrupted file or a faulty file, then this faulty file, faulty audio, will be duplicated thousands and thousands of times. If you sell 50,000 albums, there's going to be 50,000 versions that are bad. So what we had to do, we had to pay the factory, tell them, hey, stop printing. Stop printing. We're sending you a new master. Go to the mastering engineer, tell him, hey, you messed up. Listen to this song. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Redo a mastering of this song. Create a new mastering. After we have a new mastering, we go give the new mastering to the factory. The factory goes, changes the glass master, stop the whole printing of, maybe they pressed 2,000 of them already. Cost you 4,000. And they tell you, hey, listen, what we printed already. We have to put them to the trash, but you still have to pay the 4,000 euros. Okay, we'll pay. All right, can you print us 3,000 new CDs? So now you pay 4,000. Now you have to pay another 6,000. So this mistake cost you 10,000 euros. And then maybe the Fnac are calling saying, hey, listen, I had a stock of 100 CDs. I sold everything. People want some CDs. We need some. Where are the CDs? And now you have to call the factories. Please, we need the CDs tomorrow. And then you have the Fnac from Champs-Élysées calling you. The Fnac from Châtelet calls you. The Fnac from Lille. The Virgin Megastore from the UK, whatever store from Rotterdam, some place, Bruno Beleza distribution, South Africa, from Portugal, everybody's calling you, where are the CDs? So this is an operation you have to work fast. And today, all you have to do is go to your distribution, send them an email, tell them, hey, listen, I need to change this master. And they will just open the file for you. You upload the new master, they replace, and to the listeners, it's transparent. So why can't I do this on YouTube? For music videos, just for music videos or movies or whatever. Why do I have to re-upload when all this is metadata? You have a metadata that is saying the title, one that is saying, my friend, thank you so much, RL Simmons, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Sending love to K, King of Kizomba and Club Shada. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this $20 gift. And actually, this is actually a birthday for Club Shada, 5 years old. Black Free Thinker, what up? So, as I was telling you, to me, it makes no sense that I have to go through all this craziness on YouTube just when my goal is not even a selfish goal. It's just, I believe that if the quality now has been upgraded, I should just be able to update the video file. It's all metadata. Listen, the video file is just metadata. It's easy to do. It's just them that are not willing to do it. Oh, Daniel La Cousine, big up from Costa Rica. Oh, amazing. Hey. So yeah, listen, it's yeah, you know. So when it comes to music distribution, I've been a voice of the independent label, the independent artist, for a long time. I've been an independent artist for the last 20 years. And ever since I left the majors, said to myself, yo, the day that we have, listen, I used to say that back in the days. I used to tell Elisio, Sumia, I was like, listen, the days that we don't have nobody between us and the listeners is the day we win. Because that day, it's just about you and the quality of your music and the reception of the public. There's no third party radio, DJ, anybody that is gonna be like, oh, you have to pay me for me to promote your music, or you have to pay me for me to play your music video on TV, etc., etc. And we got there. We got there back when I uploaded my music on CD Baby, and I was the first African to ever sell 100,000 songs on iTunes. I was the first one back in 2004, 2005. So we arrived very far today, where we now have the possibility to from here, from my house, from my studio in my house, I can record my music, record a podcast, do live streaming with the quality that you find on TV, and all this. The only thing that is between me and you is the platform. And the platform are more or less transparent enough to not try to mess up with my editorial. And whether you listen to me on Spotify, on Deezer, on TikTok, on Apple Music, on Amazon Music, or Boomplay, or whatever the platform is, there's no label between me and you. There's no radio. It's just, yeah, you, me, and the algorithms. And we arrived to the promised land where 60% of the money, I'm talking about billions of dollars. I don't have the numbers here. 6, 7, 8 billions are money that is generated by independent musicians away from the majors. And what the mafia at Universal is doing? Well, you went to this new country far away from us because you don't like us and our tax. Let's buy the country where you at. That's exactly what they're doing. Listen, my distribution for all my catalog between 2003 and 2008. So Taina, Elisio, Sumia, my first 8 albums, Chroma Key, Mika Mendes' first album, Looney Johnson, 2 albums, all that is on CD Baby as a distributor. The publishing, the Sushiro publishing, is handled by Song Trust, which is a company that will create a sub-publishing for you, so you don't need to sign with a big label as a publisher. You can just be with them. They take 10% and they become a publisher for you. So I have signed a few people in my publishing back in the days. Sumia, Elisio, Mark G, beatmakers, singers. All that is handled by Song Trust. And then you have other things that are, Fuga is actually something that a lot of the distributors use for the monetary thing. So back in the days, Downtown, who's the owner of Song Trust, also bought CD Baby. I was like, okay, cool. They also bought Fuga. They bought a bunch of companies, but now Universal buys Downtown. So when Universal buys Downtown, they buy. By buying Downtown, they now own Fuga, CD Baby, Downtown, Song Trust. So all of a sudden, all my catalog is now on Universal. And listen, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what rules they're gonna implement, and I don't know if I want to be on Universal. I don't know if I want to have my distribution by a major company when I like being with an independent distributor when I can speak to somebody. And when I speak to somebody, they reply to me because I'm a big label for them. I generate a ton of money on their side and their size. With a company like Universal, I'm insignificant. But for them, they're like, if we take 1 million or 10 million insignificant people like Kaysha, this actually represent a lot of money. But then, are we going to be able to talk to the people the way we used to? Listen, I've sent a message to CD Baby about a problem I have. And after 6 months, they never replied to me. That's why I start moving my stuff out of CD Baby to TuneCore. And Sumia's free album, it's done. Now I'm going to see where I put Elisio's albums, Mika Mendes' album, and all my albums. I can put them in Believe with the rest. I can put them on SoundCloud. I can put them on TuneCore. I can put them up. I'll see which is better for me. But you see, it's a thing where when people have mafia ways and they believe that your money is their money, these corporations, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come and you're gonna move away from them, and they're gonna come find you. They're gonna find a way to take what they believe is theirs, which is your money. And listen, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do. But it's a very interesting thing because back in the days, my manager was actually the director of Virgin Distribution, which is owned by Universal. And she was telling me, hey, would you leave Believe and CD Baby and move all your catalog to Virgin? And I was like, listen, sis, I don't see why I would. Like, I don't know, like, my percentages are already great at Believe. Now, it depends what you propose. And now, CD Baby has been bought by Virgin, that is owned by Universal, but they use Virgin, so everything is gonna be Virgin distribution now. When 4 or 5 years ago, I was refusing to go there, now I'm gonna go there by force. So that's very interesting. It's this thing where whatever you do, they'll find you. And you know, we are all happy that we have millions of streams on Spotify. But actually, if you ask ChatGPT, who are the stakeholders of Spotify? All right. Number one stakeholder, investors. You have the founder, who's Daniel Ek, and Martin Lorentzen, the Swedish people who have a stake institutional investors, financial entities. Then you have public shareholders like me. Because, listen, a small lesson, everything that you use, you have to own a little bit of it. Listen, it doesn't need to be 10,000 euros. You take 100 euros that you have as an artist and you buy 100 euros in shares of Twitter, Facebook, Google, Spotify, etc., etc. So that all that money that is made, a little bit come to you all the time. And me, I do it on my phone. I receive dividends all the time from Spotify, from all these people. You just buy a little bit of them, as much as you can. Buy a little bit. I'll have a little bit of Apple, a little bit of Tesla, a little bit of Mercedes, whatever you use. Buy a little bit of them. Listen, the company that owns Trace TV, I got a little bit there too. The company that owns X, Y, and Z, you just buy a little bit all the time. So that whenever there's a votation by the shareholders, you make your voice count. Because I vote for stuff. Listen, I vote for stuff that sometimes I don't understand, but I just vote anyway. I give my opinion. I read, I'm like, I agree, read. I don't agree, I vote. And this is something that you have to do because you have to be one part of the public stakeholders. And you never know. When they get sold, you get money. When Twitter got sold to Elon, I got paid because I don't know how many shares, but I think I received like 1,000 euros or something. All right. Number 2, record labels and music right holders. The major labels, Universal, Sony Music, Warner Music, and some independent label and Publishers and Collection Society, they all own a part of Spotify. So listen, when your music play on Spotify and people pay that's true. I have to change that. Thanks, RL. So they make money from Spotify, which is crazy. And that was a deal that they did back in the days to accept that their music was there. And then number 3, you have artists, producers, and songwriters. And then subscribers and users. Yo, listen, this is crazy. So all these things show you how the business works. The way the business works is we are trying to run away from these people and they don't want to let us go. We are trying to make our money and they are trying to take a share of our money. And that's crazy. And when we finally arrive to a point where we don't need those people, you can record your song. Listen, my microphone is here, ready to record. I can record anything I want right now. Just put some milk in my throat, drink some water, and I'm ready to record. And then I can upload and play it on Spotify and etc. And then the distribution get a cut, 10% or whatever, or I pay them depending on the distribution, 10, 20, 30%. And then you get your money and you are independent. But now if Universal buys the distribution, now you're back inside of Universal, you're back in the belly of the beast. That's crazy. That's crazy. So listen, I'm gonna tell you something that I've been thinking of doing for 10 years, but I didn't know if it actually made sense. But I was thinking of creating my own distribution and propose a service to artists directly. So it's something that I did with Luis, who's, I don't know if Luis, you're still here, but because I have an extremely good deal with Believe, I can actually charge people to distribute for them through Believe. But in reality, what I could do was look how much it costs to create a distribution platform where you make money from everybody that is using your platform. You just take 10%. And whenever they make $100, you make $10. If you have 1,000 artists that are all making $1,000 a month, for example, well, you make 1,000 times $100 a month. And now it's starting to be interesting. You just need to know, what do you have to program? How much does it cost? Servers to hold everybody's music so that they can be able to upload the music, or service to help them. And then you need to have interface with all the music distribution around the world, and you have to program all this. And listen, because every distribution is asking for a specific format for the audio and the video and the covers, and etc. But once you have everything programmed, when your customer upload their WAV files and their cover art, then your system in there will turn the cover into the different size for the different distributors, the different audio in the different specification of every distributor, and just send them. And then after that, you find a structure and on how the artists pay you. Either you take 20% of their revenue, and then or they pay X amount per year for unlimited distribution. You find something that works for everybody. And because in the Zouk world, in the African music world, and there's a lot of music that is still not online, or there's a lot of people that they don't know how to do, and there's a lot of new generation artists that they know how to do it. Listen, it's something that I was thinking of doing like 10 years ago. I was like, yeah, listen, let me just do it for me, and let me do it for everybody, because then you talk directly to people and you tell them, hey, listen, come release your music with us. We can help you. We can, finance music videos. There's a lot of things that you can do like at a point, because as I've always tell you, I have the stadium mentality. It's good to play the football game, but it's better to own the stadium, because when you own the stadium, you don't care who wins the game, you win. All you need to do is have people that are coming to watch the games. So it's something that I've been thinking. The only way to really be independent is to be to own the vertical and the horizontal. Like you watching this on YouTube, right? But YouTube can decide to remove my channel whenever they want. Find whatever technicality and poof, it's gone, right? You listen to my music on Spotify, same thing. They can get bought by Universal or whatever, something. If I stream directly on Kaysha.com, and my music is directly available to download directly on Kaysha.com, and maybe instead of paying Spotify $15 a month, you pay Kaysha.com $1 a month. If you have 50,000 people that are subscribed to just $1 a month, you make $50 a month, you're good. You're good. You don't care. You don't need a hit. You did it. You have direct consumer and nobody in between. And this is something that I've been always fighting for. So before iTunes, I had a store called Sushiro Ultra Digital Store that I programmed myself in PHP, where you could go on Kaysha.com and I had a folder inside of a folder where all the music was hidden. And whenever you would buy directly using, I don't think it was even PayPal. I don't even remember how it would be paid, but you could download the music directly from my website. And yeah, I remember selling a song for $1. It was my dollar. And it was not like when you sell on iTunes, you get $1 minus 30% from Apple. I was getting $1, my dollar, that's it. And I actually stopped doing this because it made more sense to be on iTunes, because all the credit cards were on iTunes already. So it was not costing me a ton of money to have my own website, but I still have to store people's credit card, etc., and make sure it was secure on my website. So if I had a leak or somebody hacked my website, I would be responsible for all this. And as a one-man operation, I was like, eh. But then the iTunes store happened. And actually, I was looking at my own sales from my own store, Sushiro Ultra Digital. And I was also watching my sales on iTunes. And back in the days, I was making, 1,000 sales a week. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. I'm doing 5 sales on my store. And I make 1,000 euros here every week. Well, in terms of convenience, people, once they put their credit card somewhere, they don't need to put their credit card everywhere. And they trust Apple, so okay, cool. So then I just started to abandon my own store to just let people use iTunes. iTunes was king for 10 years. And then after that, Spotify started, Deezer, all these different platforms. And then I said to myself, well, and it was the same time where all of us abandoned even the idea of having our own websites. Bernard Carlos, all of us abandoned the idea of having our own websites because Facebook was more interesting than having your own website. Instagram, Facebook. So you had a Facebook page. It was better than having your website because back then the engagement was crazy. And then same thing. Instead of selling directly to customer on your website, it was actually better to be on iTunes and just put the link to iTunes. And then all these platforms started messing up, started giving you new rules, telling you can't do this, you cannot do that. Oh, I don't like your cover art. And I was like, what? And then Facebook started telling you that, finally all your posts that used to have like 1,000 likes and 100 comments, if you want them to be seen, you have to pay now. And then that's when you realize that you got tricked. And that's how I feel about the whole music industry thing. And now it kind of doesn't make sense to sell directly to customers because you're going to have 5 people willing to buy. Most people, they already have their credit card in Deezer, Apple, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, XYZ, SoundCloud, whatever it is, or YouTube. And they're not willing to pay an extra just for you. But distribution could be interesting because instead of making money just from yourself, you make money from everybody that is using you to get to those platforms. So you become the middleman. And one day, if you are evil enough, like me, Universal comes to you and say, you know, you're big. And you're like, yeah, thanks. Okay, how much you want? Give me a number. 100 million? Where do I sign? So yeah, listen, it is what it is. But listen, I'm gonna leave you with those thoughts, and next week I will come back and talk about Kanye West, Shannon Sharp, protocols, BLM. Listen, we have a lot of things to talk about. I have a long list of subjects for Club Shada year 5. So again, happy birthday to Club Shada. We had episode 420. It's been 5 years of Club Shada. So thank you so much for everybody who's been supporting, and big up to all our people on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, etc. And so we have 3,000 people on TikTok, almost 4,000 likes. Put some likes. Tapez l'écran TikTok. Put some likes. And yeah, listen, I'll see you next week. That's very insightful. Thank you, sis. Look at what Simmons is saying. What about having your own platform? Seems like somewhat of your status and following could have enough people to come over, stream and purchase downloads, merch, etc. Okay, well, listen, the merch, I have it, shadaware.com. Streaming, listen, I believe that boat is gone already. I don't believe that. If somebody can, because you have to look at the logic of it, right? If I pay $10 a month to Spotify and I have access to all the music in the world, why would I pay an extra $2 a month just for Kaysha? It makes no sense when the same Kaysha is part of Spotify. So if you want to remove yourself from Spotify, right, just to see how many people are following you on your platform, you will realize that if you were making $10,000 a month from Spotify, when you remove all your music, you realize that you will only make $500 a month from your old platform. Because a lot of people, if they don't find you anymore on Spotify, what they're going to do, they're going to replace you by somebody else that is already on Spotify. So that's why I didn't do this. I remember buying your album downloads direct back in 2008. Thank you for helping me build the foundation. I'm down for your platform. If you do it, I have a bunch of music in the works. There you go. First client. Rudiano, what up? A distribution platform by an artist for artists. Yes, please. How CD Baby came about. Yeah, that's how CD Baby came about. That's how Derek, that I know, did it. But then Derek sold to a company back, I think 10 years ago or more than that. We still speak from time to time. He sold to that company for, I don't know, 10 million, 20 million, enough for him to live forever. And then that company sold to another company. Then that company sold to Downtown, and now Downtown sold to Universal. Typical consolidation. Pina, what up? Where's my remix? All right. Thanks everybody for showing up for the show, for Club Shada, and hopefully we see each other very soon, right? So don't forget Club Shada on Sundays, and we're back on track, and Internet du Village on Wednesday in English. And make sure you go to Kaysha.tv, the YouTube channel, and go leave some comments on the clips from the interview, the conversation with Marcia, and also the latest clips from Internet du Village, where we are discussing Zouk music and cultural appropriation, etc., etc. All right. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm gonna leave you with a nice track. what can I play? I'm gonna play you my latest track that is called "Don't Make Me Wait," that I have just released in collaboration with Makita. And what we did this time is we did a little mix of kizomba and hip hop West Coast. So I hope you like it. Performed and written by me, produced by Makita. And I will see you when I see you, which means next Sunday for Club Shada and next Wednesday for Internet du Village. Big up, bless.